Life is full of challenges. It is never easy, but it is full of opportunities. The question is, do you see them? Most people wait for luck, but successful people create their own luck. They don't complain, they don't wait for someone to save them, they take action. If you want to change your life, you must change your mindset, your habits, and your approach. First, you must develop a strong vision. Without vision, you are like a ship without a destination. Where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? If you don't know, how can you expect to get there? Every successful person starts with a dream. They see something that others cannot see. They believe in it even when no one else does. You must have a clear goal and remind yourself every day why you are doing this. Second, embrace failure. Most people are afraid of failure, but failure is the best teacher. Every time you fail, you learn something valuable. The biggest mistake you can make is not trying because of the fear of failure. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count, but they get up, learn, and try again. You must do the same. Third, stop blaming others. Your life is your responsibility. Many people blame their parents, their boss, the government, or the economy, but blaming will not change your situation. If you want to succeed, you must take ownership of your life. No one will come and fix your problems, only you can do that. Fourth, develop a strong work ethic. Success is not about intelligence or talent, it is about hard work. Most people give up too early. They want quick success, but real success takes years. You must be willing to work harder than anyone else. You must be disciplined and consistent. Even when you don't feel like working, you must push yourself. Fifth, learn how to solve problems. Life is a series of problems, and the most successful people are those who solve the biggest problems. Every problem has a solution. Instead of complaining, start thinking. How can you turn this challenge into an opportunity? How can you use this problem to grow stronger? Sixth, focus on people. No matter what business or career you are in, success is always about people. Treat people with respect, build strong relationships, help others succeed, and you will succeed. Too many people only think about themselves, but the truth is, the more you help others, the more they will help you. Seventh, never stop learning. The world is changing every day. If you stop learning, you will fall behind. Read books, meet new people, travel, and explore different ideas. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. Many people stop learning after school, but real education begins when you step into the real world. Eighth, adapt to change. The world will not wait for you. Technology is changing, business is changing, and the economy is changing. If you refuse to change, you will be left behind. The most successful people are those who see change as an opportunity, not a threat. Be flexible, be open-minded, and be willing to evolve. Ninth, control your emotions. Life will test you. People will criticize you and things will go wrong, but if you let emotions control you, you will make bad decisions. Stay calm, stay focused, and don't let small problems destroy your progress. Learn to manage stress, stay positive, and keep moving forward. 10th, be patient. Success takes time. Many people quit too early because they don't see results fast enough. But every great achievement is built on patience and persistence. Keep improving, keep learning, and keep working hard. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, trust the process. 11th, take risks. If you always play it safe, you will never achieve great things. Life is full of opportunities, but most people are too afraid to take them. They wait for the perfect moment, but the perfect moment never comes. If you want to change your life, take calculated risks. Try new things, explore new ideas, and don't be afraid to fail. 12th, believe in yourself. The biggest obstacle to success is not money, education, or connections. It is self-doubt. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. You must have confidence in your abilities. You must trust that you can figure things out, no matter how hard it gets. The world is full of doubters and critics, but don't let them define you. Believe in your dream, take action, and never give up. You must have a clear goal and take full responsibility for your life. No one else will create success for you. Embrace failure, learn from it, and use it as a stepping stone to grow stronger and wiser. Success doesn't come overnight. Stay disciplined, work consistently, and trust the process. The world is changing fast. Stay open to learning, embrace change, and evolve with new opportunities. Confidence in yourself is the key to overcoming challenges and turning dreams into reality. Success does not come by accident. It is not something that happens randomly or something that only a few lucky people experience. It is the result of clear vision, strong determination, and a deep sense of responsibility. Many people go through life without direction, simply following routines without questioning where they are headed. They wake up, go to work, come home, and repeat the same cycle every day without considering if their actions align with their dreams. The first step to success is having a clear vision of where you want to go. Without vision, you are like a ship without a destination. drifting aimlessly with no real purpose. A strong vision is what drives the most successful people in the world. It gives them a reason to wake up early, to push through challenges, and to keep going even when they feel like giving up. It is not enough to say, "I want to be successful," or "I want to be rich." A vague dream will not get you far. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve and why you want it. If your vision is clear, you will find ways to make it a reality, no matter how difficult the journey is. When obstacles appear, and they always do, your vision will remind you why you started in the first place. It will give you the strength to keep moving forward. But having a vision is not enough. You must also take full responsibility for your life. Many people fail to achieve their dreams because they blame others for their situation. They blame their parents, their boss, the government, or the economy. They find excuses for why they cannot succeed instead of finding solutions. The moment you start blaming others, you give up control over your own life. You are essentially saying that your success is in someone else's hands. This mindset is dangerous because it makes you powerless. If you believe that external factors control your destiny, you will never take the necessary steps to change your situation. Taking responsibility means accepting that where you are today is the result of your past choices, and where you will be in the future depends on the decisions you make now. This can be a hard truth to accept, but it is also liberating. It means that you have the power to change your life. No matter where you come from, no matter how many failures you have faced, you can always take control of your future. The most successful people in the world did not wait for someone else to help them. They took action. They made things happen. One of the biggest differences between successful people and those who struggle is their mindset about problems. Average people see problems as obstacles, while successful people see them as opportunities. Every challenge you face is a chance to grow, learn, and improve. If you want to be successful, you must train yourself to look for solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Complaining will not change anything. Action will. It is also important to understand that success requires sacrifice. Many people say they want to be successful, but they are not willing to do what it takes. They want comfort and success at the same time. But that is impossible. If you want to achieve big things, you must be willing to work harder than the average person. You must be willing to do things that others are not willing to do. You must be ready to make sacrifices, whether it is working late, learning new skills, or stepping out of your comfort zone. Success demands effort, discipline, and consistency. Another key part of taking ownership of your life is making decisions for yourself. Too many people let others dictate their future. They listen to their friends, their family, or society, even when it goes against their own dreams. If you want to succeed, you must learn to trust yourself. Listen to advice, but make your own choices. No one else will live your life for you. If you allow others to control your decisions, you will never be truly happy or fulfilled. Your vision must also be backed by action. Many people dream big, but they never take the first step. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect conditions. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. If you keep waiting, you will never start. The best time to take action is now. Even if you do not have all the answers, start where you are and improve along the way. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. It is easy to get discouraged, especially when success does not come as quickly as you expect. The road to success is often long and full of setbacks. But this is where your vision and responsibility become most important. When things get tough, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that you are in control of your own destiny. Many people give up too early because they do not see immediate results. But success is a process. It takes time. Stay focused, keep improving, and do not let temporary failures stop you from achieving your long-term vision. But if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, hardworking, and focused on success, you will adopt the same habits. Choose your circle wisely, because the environment you put yourself in will either lift you up or pull you down. The final thing to remember is that success is a journey, not a destination. There is no final point where you can say, I have made it and now I can stop. Life is about continuous growth. Once you achieve one goal, set another. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep striving for more. The moment you stop growing, you start falling behind. Successful people are always looking for ways to become better, to contribute more, and to make a bigger impact. That is the mindset that separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck in the same place. Failure is something most people fear, but it is also one of the most valuable experiences in life. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is how they view failure. Most people see failure as the end, as proof that they are not good enough, as a sign that they should stop trying. But successful people understand that failure is simply a lesson, a necessary step on the path to greatness. No one achieves anything remarkable without failing many times along the way. Failure teaches lessons that success never can. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work, and that brings you closer to what does work. Each mistake shows you something new, something you might not have noticed before. If you avoid failure at all costs, you also avoid growth. It is only through failure that you develop resilience, wisdom, and the ability to adapt. The best entrepreneurs, leaders, and innovators in the world have failed more times than they can count, but they kept going, and because of that, they succeeded. The problem is that most people take failure personally. They see it as a reflection of their worth, as proof that they are not capable. They internalize failure and start believing that they are the problem. But failure is not about who you are. It is about what you did and how you can improve. If you can separate failure from your identity, you will have an easier time learning from it. Instead of saying, I am a failure, say, this approach did not work. What can I do differently? The moment you shift your mindset, failure becomes a tool for success rather than something to fear. Many people never even start their journey towards success because they are afraid to fail. They stay in their comfort zones, choosing safety over growth. But what they do not realize is that avoiding failure is the biggest failure of all. If you never take risks, you will never achieve anything great. The most successful people in history took huge risks and faced repeated failures before they reached their goals. They understood that failure is temporary, but regret lasts forever. The pain of failing is nothing compared to the pain of wondering what could have been if you had tried. The road to success is filled with obstacles, and failure is part of that journey. When you set big goals, you will face setbacks. There will be times when things do not go according to plan. People will doubt you, and you may even doubt yourself. But these moments are tests. They are opportunities to prove to yourself how much you want success. Every failure is a chance to grow stronger, to develop new skills, and to refine your strategy. If you see failure as a learning experience rather than a defeat, you will be unstoppable. One of the greatest advantages of failure is that it builds resilience. Resilience is the ability to keep going despite challenges, and it is one of the most important qualities for success. People who have never faced failure often crumble the moment they encounter a real challenge. But those who have experienced setbacks, learn from them, and kept moving forward, develop an unshakable mindset. They know that no failure is permanent, and they have the confidence to keep pushing forward no matter what happens. Failure also helps you discover your true potential. Many times, people do not know how strong or capable they are until they are tested. When you fail, you are forced to adapt, to think differently, and to find new ways to achieve your goals. You may discover strengths you never knew you had. You may develop problem-solving skills, creativity, or persistence that you would not have gained if everything had gone smoothly. Some of the most successful companies and ideas in the world were born from failure. Many entrepreneurs started businesses that failed before they built their most successful ventures. Many authors had their books rejected dozens of times before finally getting published. Many athletes lost countless competitions before becoming champions. The common factor among all of them is that they did not let failure stop them. Instead, they used it to fuel their determination. The way you respond to failure is more important than the failure itself. When things go wrong, you have two choices. You can let failure break you, or you can let it build you. If you let it break you, you will quit. You will settle for less than you deserve. But if you let it build you, you will come back stronger, smarter, and better prepared. Every failure is a step forward if you choose to learn from it. A key part of handling failure is keeping the right perspective. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, focus on what you can do better next time. Analyze the situation, identify what caused the failure, and use that knowledge to make improvements. If you treat every failure as a lesson, you will constantly improve. Over time, those lessons will add up and you will become better and better at what you do. The fear of failure often comes from worrying about what other people think. Many people do not try because they are afraid of being judged. They do not want to look foolish or admit that they made a mistake. But the truth is, people who criticize you for failing are usually the ones who have never tried anything difficult themselves. They are not the ones who are pushing themselves, taking risks, or aiming for big goals. Their opinions do not matter. The only thing that matters is whether you are learning, improving, and moving forward. Success is not about avoiding failure. It is about failing, learning, and trying again until you succeed. The people who make it to the top are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They keep going despite the obstacles. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. If you want to achieve great things, you must be willing to fail, to learn from those failures, and to keep pushing forward no matter what. Success is not an overnight event. It is not something that happens suddenly or by luck. It is the result of years of hard work, patience, and persistence. Many people dream of success, but very few are willing to put in the effort and wait for the results. In today's world, people want everything fast. Instant money, instant fame, instant results. But real success does not work that way. It takes time to build something great, whether it is a career, a business, or a skill. Those who succeed are the ones who understand that hard work and patience are non-negotiable. The biggest mistake most people make is expecting quick results. They start working on something, and when they don't see success immediately, they give up. They assume that because it didn't happen fast, it will never happen. But nothing valuable is achieved without time and effort. If you look at any successful person, you will see that they spent years working hard before they finally saw the results they wanted. Every great entrepreneur, athlete, artist, or leader has a story of struggle, setbacks, and challenges before they reach the top. Hard work is the foundation of success. It does not matter how talented you are or how many resources you have. If you are not willing to put in the work, you will not succeed. Many people think that intelligence or luck is the key to success. But the truth is, effort beats talent when talent does not work hard. The most successful people in the world are not always the smartest or the most gifted. They are the ones who are willing to put in more hours, push themselves harder, and stay focused even when things get tough. Hard work is not just about working long hours, it is about consistency. Anyone can work hard for a short period, but very few people have the discipline to stay consistent over the long term. Success is built through small, repeated actions every single day. If you want to be great at something, you must practice it daily. If you want to build a successful business, you must work on it every day, even when you don't feel like it. The secret to long-term success is not one big moment of effort. It is the ability to show up and do the work consistently. Patience is just as important as hard work. Most people fail not because they lack skills or talent, but because they give up too soon. They start something, and when they do not see immediate success, they lose motivation and quit. But success does not follow your timeline. It takes as long as it needs to take. The most successful people understand that patience is part of the process. They do not rush success. They build it step by step. Patience means accepting that results take time and that setbacks are part of the journey. It means continuing to work even when you do not see progress. Many times, success is happening behind the scenes, even when you cannot see it. Imagine planting a seed. For weeks, you may see nothing happening, but underground, the roots are growing, the foundation is being built. Then, one day, the plant breaks through the soil and it grows rapidly. Success works the same way. If you quit too soon, you never give your efforts enough time to grow into something great. One of the biggest lessons in success is that effort compounds over time. The work you put in today may not show results immediately, but over time it builds up. Every small improvement, every lesson learned, every step forward adds up. People often underestimate the power of consistency. They think that one day of effort does not matter. But when you put in the effort every day for months and years, you create momentum. That momentum leads to breakthroughs. A common reason why people lose patience is that they compare themselves to others. They look at someone who is already successful and wonder why they are not at the same level. But what they do not see is the years of hard work that person put in before they became successful. The problem with social media and the modern world is that it only shows the highlights. You see someone winning, but you do not see the struggles, the failures, the sleepless nights, and the sacrifices. Comparing yourself to others will only make you impatient and frustrated. The only person you should compete with is yourself. Focus on your own journey and trust that if you keep working hard, your time will come. Another important part of patience is dealing with setbacks. No matter how hard you work, there will be failures along the way. Things will not always go as planned, But setbacks are not the end of the road. They are lessons. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. The people who succeed are not the ones who avoid failure. They are the ones who keep going despite failure. They understand that success is a process of trial and error. Hard work and patience require a strong mindset. You must be willing to push through frustration, to stay committed even when things are not going your way. Many people have the ability to succeed, but they lack the mental strength to stay in the game long enough to see the results. That is why developing a strong work ethic and learning to control your emotions is so important. One of the best ways to stay patient and hardworking is to love what you do. If you are only working hard for money or success, you will struggle to stay motivated. But if you truly enjoy the process, if you find meaning in what you do, you will be more likely to keep going. Passion makes hard work easier, and it makes patience more natural. The people who achieve great things are not just working for rewards. They genuinely love their craft, their business, or their mission. Many people spend their lives looking for shortcuts, trying to find ways to succeed without putting in the effort. But shortcuts often lead to dead ends. The only true path to success is through hard work, discipline, and patience. If you are willing to work harder than most people and wait longer than most people, you will achieve what most people never will. The world is changing faster than ever before. Technology, business, and society are evolving at an incredible pace, and the way things worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. In this environment, the ability to adapt and continuously learn is no longer optional, it is a necessity. Many people struggle in life, not because they lack intelligence or talent, but because they refuse to change. They hold on to old ways of thinking, old habits, and old strategies, even when they no longer work. The people who succeed are those who are willing to evolve, embrace new opportunities, and commit to lifelong learning. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that what they already know is enough. They become comfortable with their current level of knowledge and skills, assuming that they can rely on them forever. But the reality is that the world does not stand still. New industries emerge, new technologies replace old ones, and new skills become essential. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start falling behind. What made you successful in the past will not necessarily make you successful in the future. The only way to stay ahead is to keep learning, keep improving, and keep adapting. Adaptability is the key to long-term success. Many businesses that were once giants no longer exist today because they refused to change. They ignored market trends, underestimated new competitors, and assumed that their past success would last forever. Meanwhile, companies that embraced change, experimented with new ideas, and adapted to new realities survived and thrived. The same principle applies to individuals. The people who are open to change, who are willing to learn new skills, and who embrace new challenges will always have an advantage over those who resist change. One of the reasons people struggle with adaptability is fear. Change is uncomfortable. It requires stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and sometimes admitting that what you once believed is no longer true. Many people fear making mistakes, looking foolish, or failing at something new. But the truth is, the most successful people in the world are not afraid of change. They welcome it. They understand that mistakes are part of the learning process and that failure is simply feedback. The faster you adapt to new situations, the quicker you can take advantage of new opportunities. Continuous learning is not just about gaining new information. It is about developing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that you can always improve no matter where you start. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities are set in stone. They think that intelligence, talent, or success is something you either have or you don't. But people with a growth mindset understand that everything can be developed through effort, practice, and learning. They do not see failure as a reason to stop. They see it as an opportunity to grow. The most successful people are lifelong learners. They read books, attend seminars, take courses, and surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking. They do not wait for someone else to teach them. They take responsibility for their own education. They ask questions, seek mentors, and stay curious about the world around them. In contrast, those who stop learning become stuck in their old ways, making them less competitive in a rapidly changing world. One of the most effective ways to stay adaptable is to develop a habit of learning every day. Learning does not always mean sitting in a classroom or reading a textbook. It can come from experience, observation, and experimentation. The key is to stay open to new ideas and be willing to challenge your own beliefs. Many people reject new ideas simply because they are different from what they are used to. But true learning requires humility, the ability to admit that there is always more to know. Another important aspect of adaptability is problem solving. Life and business are full of unexpected challenges. No matter how well you plan, things will not always go the way you expect. Those who succeed are not the ones who avoid problems, but the ones who find solutions. They do not complain about change. They look for ways to turn challenges into opportunities. They are flexible in their approach and willing to adjust their strategies when necessary. The world rewards those who take the initiative to learn and grow. Employers look for people who can adapt to new roles. Industries value those who bring fresh ideas, and entrepreneurs who continuously innovate will always stay ahead of the competition. Learning is not something you do only when you are young or when you are in school. It is a lifelong process. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing, and in a world that is constantly changing, standing still is the same as moving backward. Success in any field requires staying relevant. If you refuse to learn new things, you will eventually be replaced by someone who is willing to. No one is entitled to success. It must be earned and maintained through continuous effort. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle is their ability to evolve. When you commit to learning, you give yourself the ability to adapt to any situation, take on new challenges, and seize new opportunities that others miss. The most successful people understand that every experience is a chance to learn. They learn from their mistakes, they learn from their failures, and they learn from the people around them. They do not see setbacks as defeats, they see them as lessons. They stay curious, stay hungry, and always look for ways to improve. The moment you believe that you know everything is the moment you stop growing. But if you stay open to learning, there is no limit to how far you can go. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to start something. They wait until they feel ready, until they have enough money, until they have more knowledge, until the conditions are just right. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. If you keep waiting for everything to be ideal, you will wait forever. Success does not come from waiting, it comes from taking action even when things are uncertain. The biggest difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple: action. Those who take action, even if they are unsure, move forward. Those who hesitate, overthink, or wait for the right time remain stuck in the same place. One of the most common excuses people make is that they need to know everything before they start. They believe that they need to have all the answers, all the skills, and all the resources before they can take the first step. But the reality is, most successful people started before they were ready. They learned along the way, they figured things out as they progressed, and they made mistakes that helped them grow. No one starts as an expert. No one has it all figured out from the beginning. The key is to start where you are with what you have and improve as you go. Action creates momentum. The hardest part of any journey is taking the first step. But once you start moving, it becomes easier to keep going. Many people feel stuck in life not because they lack opportunities, but because they never take action on the opportunities in front of them. They spend too much time thinking, analyzing, and planning, but they never actually do anything. Planning is important, but without action, even the best plan is useless. Success is not about having a perfect plan. It is about taking steps forward and adjusting as you go. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to action. People fear failure, they fear rejection, they fear looking foolish. But fear is only an illusion. It disappears the moment you take action. The more you do something, the more confident you become. Confidence does not come from waiting until you feel ready. It comes from doing. Every time you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Every small success builds momentum and gives you the courage to take bigger steps. The only way to overcome fear is to face it directly by taking action despite it. Many people have great ideas, but ideas alone do not create success. The world is full of people who have dreams but never act on them. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is execution. Successful people take their ideas and turn them into reality by taking action every day. They do not just talk about what they want to do, they do it. They are willing to take risks, to fail, to adjust, and to keep moving forward no matter what. Procrastination is one of the biggest enemies of success. It is easy to convince yourself that you will start tomorrow, next week, or next year. But tomorrow turns into next month turns into next year, and before you know it, years have passed and you are still in the same place. The key to success is breaking the habit of procrastination. Instead of waiting for the perfect time, take action now. Even if you start small, the important thing is to start. One of the best ways to overcome procrastination is to stop overthinking. Many people get stuck in analysis paralysis, where they think so much about what could go wrong that they never move forward. They try to predict every possible outcome, plan for every obstacle, and make sure everything is perfect before they begin. But perfection is an illusion. It is better to take imperfect action than to do nothing at all. Mistakes and failures are part of the process. The sooner you start, the sooner you can learn, improve, and grow. Another important part of taking action is persistence. Many people start something but give up too soon. They take the first step, face some challenges, and then quit. But success does not happen overnight. It requires consistent effort over time. The people who achieve great things are not necessarily the most talented. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They keep going even when things get tough, even when they fail, even when they feel like giving up. Every step forward brings them closer to their goal. Taking action also means embracing uncertainty. No one can predict the future. No one knows exactly how things will turn out. But successful people do not let uncertainty stop them. They take calculated risks, they experiment, they try new things. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of success. Every failure teaches a lesson, every mistake provides valuable experience, and every setback builds resilience. The more action you take, the more you learn and the more prepared you become for future challenges. Many people think success is about luck, but luck favors those who take action. Opportunities do not come to those who wait. They come to those who seek them out and take bold steps toward their goals. The more action you take, the more opportunities you create for yourself. Luck is simply when preparation meets opportunity, and preparation comes from doing, not just thinking. Taking action also builds discipline. When you commit to taking daily steps toward your goals, you develop habits that lead to long-term success. Success is not about one big achievement. It is about the small, consistent actions you take every day. Whether it is improving your skills, working on your business, or developing yourself, the key is to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. The truth is, most people already know what they need to do. They know what actions will bring them closer to their goals. But instead of doing it, they make excuses, they wait, they delay. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Successful people take action no matter what. They do not wait for motivation. They create it through movement. They do not wait for permission. They give themselves permission to go after what they want. The most powerful thing you can do for your future is to start now. Do not wait for the perfect moment because it will never come. Start with what you have, where you are, and take the first step. The more action you take, the more doors will open. The more effort you put in, the more results you will see. Success is not about waiting, it is about doing. The moment you stop waiting and start acting is the moment your life begins to change. Life is full of opportunities, but they do not come to those who wait passively. They come to those who are willing to take risks, embrace challenges, and push themselves beyond their limits. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is not intelligence, luck, or background. It is the willingness to do what others won't. It is the courage to step forward when others hesitate, the discipline to stay committed when others give up, and the mindset to see challenges as stepping stones rather than obstacles. Every person has the potential to achieve something great, but potential alone is not enough. Talent alone is not enough. Even intelligence alone is not enough. What truly matters is action. Success does not happen by accident, nor does it come to those who only dream without taking steps forward. The world is filled with people who have great ideas, but only a few actually turn them into reality. The ones who do are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who refuse to wait for the perfect moment and instead take action now. The road to success is not easy. There will be failures. There will be times when everything seems to go wrong. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and exhaustion. But these are the moments that separate the average from the extraordinary. Every failure is a lesson. Every challenge is a test. And every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who get back up every single time. One of the most important things to remember is that success is not about being better than others. It is about being better than you were yesterday. Growth is a personal journey. Too many people waste their energy comparing themselves to others, looking at what other people have achieved and feeling like they are behind. But the only competition that truly matters is with yourself. Are you improving? Are you learning? Are you pushing yourself to become the best version of yourself? If you focus on growth rather than comparison, you will always be on the right path. Time is the most valuable resource anyone has. Money can be lost and regained. Opportunities come and go, but time once gone never returns. The biggest regret people have at the end of their lives is not the mistakes they made, but the chances they didn't take. The moments they let fear stop them, the dreams they postponed until it was too late, the ideas they never acted on. Life is too short to keep waiting for the right time. The right time is now. If you want to achieve something, start today. Even if it's a small step, take it, because the longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Success is not just about personal achievement. It is also about impact. The most successful people are not just those who make money or gain recognition, but those who make a difference. They contribute, they help others, and they create something meaningful. When you focus on adding value to the world, success naturally follows. If you want to build a great business, focus on solving a problem. If you want to build a great career, focus on serving others. If you want to be truly successful, focus on making a positive impact. Many people give up on their dreams because they think it is too late. They believe they have missed their chance, that they are too old, that they have failed too many times. But success does not have an age limit. There are people who started businesses in their 50s and became billionaires. There are people who switched careers in their 40s and became leaders in their fields. There are people who failed for years before finally making it. The only time it is truly too late is when you stop trying. As long as you are alive, as long as you are willing to put in the effort, there is always a chance. No one has all the answers in the beginning. No one starts out as an expert. Every successful person you admire once knew nothing about their field. They started just like you, uncertain, inexperienced, and full of doubts. But what made them different was that they took the first step. They kept learning, they kept growing, and they never gave up. That same ability is within you. The only question is whether you will use it. There will always be reasons to wait. There will always be challenges that make you doubt yourself. But the people who succeed are the ones who act despite uncertainty. They do not let fear control them. They do not wait for permission. They do not make excuses. They simply start. They take one step, then another. And before they know it, they are miles ahead of everyone who is still waiting for the perfect moment. The truth is, the world does not owe you success. No one is coming to hand you your dreams. If you want something, you have to go and get it. It will not be easy. There will be sacrifices. There will be moments of struggle. But every great achievement in history was made by someone who refused to quit. Someone who believed in their vision even when no one else did. Someone who kept going no matter what. Your future is in your hands. You can spend your life making excuses, blaming circumstances, and waiting for luck, or you can take responsibility, take action, and create the future you want. It is your choice. No one else can make it for you. Success is not about luck. It is about the choices you make every day. Choose to work hard. Choose to stay patient. Choose to keep learning. Choose to take action. Choose to never give up. Because at the end of the day, the only person who can truly change your life is you.